Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. During the last part, I covered 4 Viewers Minute levels, so in this part, I'll be covering at least 5 or 6 more Viewers Minute levels, starting out with this one, Pharaoh's Mathmaze Reupload by Omegada, 28 plays and a score of 3. I wonder if it's going to be like that Pattern Panic stage that I played in the last part by Derelict All-Star. That was a pretty fun mat-oriented stage. And judging by the name, it's going to be a maze of sorts. I wonder. Darn, I was hoping there was going to be a downwards pathway over there. Oh well. As always, if you want one of your levels to be featured in a part like this one, please leave the level name and level ID in the comment section below or direct message me on Twitter. And as always, the full disclaimer of this entire LP series is linked in the description below. Also in the description are the timestamps for every single level that I cover in these parts. 369. I guess upwards will work, because 3 plus 3 or something. That Metar is going to be a slight problem though. Thankfully, I have special weapons to deal with it. At least I guess the pattern is 3 plus 3. Hopefully it's not 3 times 3. Well, taking the bottom route would be a problem because I'd instantly get stuck, I think. I'm not sure if the doors are two-way. If they're not, well, I'd have to kill myself. Four, 5, 2, 1. Let's see what the pattern is here. Oh, I think this is addition. The Mega Buster sign means addition, so 4 plus 2 is 6, 5 plus 1 is 6. At least that's what I hope it is. Nope, this was the wrong route. Well, actually this was the correct route, you just needed to slide. Well, this is neat. Unlike the previous stage, we actually have mathematical operators added here, where the Mega Buster acts like a plus sign. It's not a maze just yet, but I assume it's going to become maze-like soon enough. I'm not taking any chances with these jumps. Okay. Okay, we have the Metal Blade. And judging by the numbers, it's going to be... Okay, the Metal Blade acts like a multiplier. Mega Buster is addition, Metal Blade is multiply, so 3 times 3 is 9. That's a clever way of introducing different mathematical operators. I'm not sure if you're supposed to be able to go upwards, but I'll take it. Perhaps there are alternate routes for this stage. 12 times 12 is 144. Clever. I was expecting this stage to be more like the previous level in terms of it being more puzzle-based, but this one is a lot more... Well, it is puzzle-based as well, but this one is focusing a lot more on mathematical operators rather than understanding what the patterns are. It's a bit of a fortress level because you do have some forced weapon usage though. Nothing too severe though. That was my fault though, I should have ducked out of the way. 24 times 24 is... Regardless, I'm going to have to get that power up. Both of them actually. It's 576 basically. Well, if you failed it, I think it would go downwards over there. I wonder if it would be instant death or something. Oh, and it's time to fight Pharaoh. Well, honestly, I would have liked this stage to be like a continuation of the previous level. As this stage, I feel didn't take the operator's gimmick further, because we only have addition and multiplication. I would have liked to see there being subtraction and division. Oh well, maybe for a future update. But as I said, I really like the base idea of this stage, although I like Pattern Panic Mach 2 a lot better than this stage, as that utilized its puzzle patterns a lot better. Still, this feels like a nice concept for a future level, so I will give it a thumbs up. Maybe add in 2 more operators and combine operators together to create a more interesting level. Second on the lineup is Floresta, the Skills by Lipatio, 6 plays and a score of 1. And this translates to English as the Skill Forest. So let's see how difficult this stage will be, because all of the previous levels I played before from Lipatio have been more challenge-based levels. Toss spin and charge kick. Let me check the left side just to see if there's any E or M tanks. I get the feeling I'll need at least one E tank. Okay, we're immediately introduced to the toss spin. Gotta be a bit careful so I don't get embedded into the wall. I was waiting for that enemy to spawn in, but it wasn't spawning for some reason. Well, at least the checkpoint placement is more frequent. That I do approve of. Oh no. Well, I was waiting for this to happen. Spikes. I need to get high enough in order to make that jump. And do a quick weapon switch in order to slide across. Thanks for the M-tank. Phew. I thought there was going to be a bottomless pit there, or there was going to be a Yoku block segment. So far so good. But that's usually how all of Lipatio's stages start out, and then they become much tougher. So, a bit of, well, toss spin challenges and now charge kick time. I'm glad I got that in my first attempt. Great checkpoint placement though. That I do approve of. The more difficult the stage should be, the more checkpoint frequency there should be. That's a frequent adage I've stated throughout this LP series. Glad to see a lot of level designers are understanding that. Also, good usage of frequent checkpoint placement or frequent energy drops in case you run out of them. That I always do approve of as well. I'm not sure if that's the intended route, but that's the one I'll be taking. I also forgot that if you're bouncing on the springs, it doesn't reset your charge kick if you use it. Kinda strange, but that's the engine. Phew, I made it past that segment. I wanted to be silent there because usually I die a lot in these segments. I was hoping there was going to be a save point over there, but I was wrong. It's just up ahead. No, I keep forgetting that this is the wrong one. It's the one ahead of it. There we go. Let's get out of this segment. now one of these segments. I better arm the charge kick for this segment just in case I need to do long jumps. Or when this happens. This isn't that bad though. Not yet anyway. Oh, that was way too close for comfort there. If only I had more topspin energy here, that would be wonderful. Oh. You know what, I'm gonna restart a checkpoint here because I need to restock on topspin energy. I don't know how necessary it's going to be following the next segment. One more should be good enough. I'm at least thankful that the topspin doesn't stop in midair if you run out of energy. It still maintains itself. And there's always frequent energy drops in case you need them. That's how you get past that segment. And time to fight Top Man with Sparkman platforms. Well, this isn't that bad actually, especially because I have access to the charge shot. As long as I'm careful and I don't get telefragged while on the tops, I'll be fine. And that previous segment I made a lot easier by this damage boosting off of the batons, which I should have thought of earlier. Off screen I died 4 more times, mainly due to misjudging my charge kick jumps, and one other time due to the charge kick air jump not registering properly. Oh well, that was the end of the skill forest. A nice special weapons oriented stage, probably a 5.5 or 6 at the very least. It wasn't that hard as I expected it to be. It started out a lot easier than I expected, and didn't become as hard as I expected it to be. The last segment was a bit more on the challenging side, but it was on the low to medium end of challenging levels. At the very least I enjoyed myself and I didn't get too frustrated. So, decent enough work, Lipatio. Third on the lineup is most random and laggy level ever, now with more Easter egg, by Mega Man 2407, 5 plays and a score of -1. Well, it's time for Mach 3 of the random level series by Mega Man 2407. Just like before, I'll complete the level once or twice, then I'll look through all the Easter eggs with the level editor. It should be a lot easier now because I have access to the minimap. And this is gonna lag a huge amount, mainly because of all the stuff that's present in this level. And it shows, it's stuttering all over the place and the frame rate is extremely bad. Not to mention when I did time slow it made things even worse. I forget where the end of the stage was actually. Maybe it's down over here. Should have held left there. Oh right, I remember, there's an end of the stage on the left side of the room. Charge kick is my best option here. And I completely missed that. Thanks, game. Well, that sucks. But I see a party ball right over there. The question is, can I hit it? There we go. I didn't expect the level end to be right over there, so I'll travel further to the west and see what it has to offer. And then I'll explore the rest of the stage using the level editor. But I want to make this just clear right now. Well, I'm not that too fond of most random levels like this one. My apologies. Well, it's a nice way to showcase of pushing the engine to its limits and filling it up with a lot of random assets and seeing how far it slows down. Come on, you can make it, Mega Man. I see the exit there. There we go. I guess that was the leftmost route of getting the stage end. There's also one up there. So, I'll meet you back at the level editor. Alright, I'm in the level editor now. So, let's see how big this level is. Let's start at the bottom. When I was previewing the Mach 2 version of this stage, this was a lot harder to do because I didn't know where the bottom left and the rest of the stage was. But now I can with version 1.1.x's minimap display. In fact, because of that, I'll be taking out the UI for now, and just putting the minimap over here. I'll move from bottom to top. Crash versus Mario, Sonic, a lot of big eyes, blocks, a question mark block from Mario, kind of more rectangular, a forest. I wonder what that actually represents. Some symbol over there. There are probably a whole bunch of references to a lot of different things. And I guess most of these are inaccessible, unless you're really creative or crazy with using the magnet beam and all the other power-ups. I mean, look at these segments in this stage. My goodness, it's quite so crazy to look at. I'm gonna put the mouse over there and just use the keyboard in order to move faster. I don't know how to do quick scrolling with the controller. And this is the third most, or the rightmost exit that you can access as well, if you're fast enough. Or of course, you can also kill Time Man, but that's a bit more on the challenging side. It's doable though, if you don't already destroy one of the party balls though. Especially with this crazy spike-filled segment. I'm not sure if it's even possible to complete this segment. Back to where we started. A section filled with E-tanks. More enemy spam. Nothing here. More enemies. A lot of white backgrounds. But as I already have established, this is a random level, so it's going to be focusing on random gimmicks and whatever else, pushing the engine to its limits, etc, etc. So there's, for the most part, no rhyme or reason to what objects, level objects, enemies, etc are being placed. Well, the only reason here are all the references to other things, like the question mark block, some of the patterns like LOL, etc, etc. And don't search the... Yeah, there's something up there that I won't show, but... Found me. I'm not going to be showing that on screen. Undertale. But as I just was going to say, I'm really thankful there's a mini-map. That way I don't need to spend a lot of time just traveling through all these blank tiles. Nice Crash meme reference. P-O-R... Poor question mark? I see. Well, that was the end of most random and laggy level. Random levels like these don't really appeal to me outside of the entertainment of seeing how far the engine is being pushed by all the level objects and sheer size of the level. Fourth on the lineup is Ilha dos Monstros de Pedra by Lipatio, 9 plays and score of 2. My apologies if I butchered the title. It translates to English as The Island of Stone Monsters. So I guess we're going to be fighting Stone Man, and judging by the loading time, this is going to be a longer stage. And if it's a challenge level / marathon stage, this will be the final level I'll cover in this part. Hopefully not. Charge kick, oil slider, and topspin. I wonder if there's anything down over there. This looks to be like a ship of sorts. Usually for Lipatio's levels, all of them are kind of challenge levels. They start out pretty easy and then they become fiendishly hard near the end. Although the skill forest wasn't that bad near the beginning. Or wasn't that bad at all, actually. At the very least, both of these seem to have pretty good checkpoint placements. And I see the W's. This is definitely a Dr. Wily base. I guess it's topspin time. Well, that seal really misfired where it was supposed to be shooting. I mean, it should have shot straight forward or above me, but instead it just fired straight forward to the left. So far so good. 2 routes. Let's go up. That was a little bit of an odd transition over there. I guess the screen locking is causing some wonkiness with the borders. Well, this stage seems to be taking place on an entire ship of sorts, at least looking at the graphics and level design. Well, I feel a bit embarrassed now. The upper route was just an alternate pathway. And in order to continue on to the right, we need the oil slider, judging by what this is telling me. But before that, let me take care of the Skeleton Joe so it doesn't just snipe me. Or just do something like this and dodge it completely. The big fish are of no problem to me. These spikes though, they are problems. And all these enemies and... oh. Well, that sucks. I guess I need to dodge it a little bit better. Maybe that's what I need. I was hoping there was going to be a secret E-tank down there, but nope, just off-screen spikes. That was a screen scrolling issue, because there is land down over there. Yeah, that was a screen scrolling issue because there is land down here. Thanks, Mega Maker. Can I make this? Oh, no I didn't. Darn, I need to keep the oil slider in order to make this jump. Well, I discovered something. The route to the right leads to a dead wall of fire tellies and other enemies, but in fact you can go under the ship. I believe the right route is for more skilled players who know how to quickly switch between the oil slider and charge kick air jumping. Maybe I go down that hole? There are no hidden blocks here in Mega Man Maker, so... Nope, that just leads to instant death. Alright, I used the level editor to skip past that one screen of death. I tried over 30 or 40 times with different strategies using the oil slider, even slowing down, trying the charge kick air jumping, but I could never make it past that screen. which is quite sad because the rest of the level isn't as hard as that one huge mountain of a difficulty spike, and for that alone I'm giving the stage a thumbs down. Which is quite sad because the rest of the stage is a pretty fun challenge slash special weapons oriented stage, and definitely not as difficult. I don't know what happened over there. Maybe you could do it if you used a combination of oil sliding and air jumping, but as I stated beforehand, I can't do it because of all the issues with the engine dropping inputs. Specifically because I think of the stuttering created by the stage's size. It's not a problem for most parts of the stage, but it's a problem for that segment. Maybe I'm missing something, but I died so many times that I thought, I'm just using the level editor. But as I said, it's kind of sad because the rest of the level is not as hard, and it's a lot more fun. And apparently the oil slider sliding can actually allow you to pierce right through the tackle fires even when they're just rising, when most other weapons can't even do that. Again, hitboxes. It's following NES style hitboxes, Mega Man Maker that is, so I somehow clipped right through one of them. Thanks game. This is one of the segments where I really wish the hitboxes were a bit more precise. Didn't want to take any chances there. Ah, I see why this is called the Stone Island of Monsters, or Island of Stone Monsters, because all of these monster shapes and faces are created out of the stone platforms, or a stone tile set created from Napalm Man's stage. Neat. Make sure to hold right over there so you don't get killed by the spike. Hopefully the rest of the stage doesn't go on for too long. Oh right, oil slider. I guess we're in the belly of this island now. Filled with a lot more fire and brimstone. And a lot more power musclers. Wow, I didn't realize you could snipe me right into the pit like that. Remember, when your oil slides skating on the ground, it will not protect you from falling into 1 block wide gaps. I found that out the hard way in a previous part. Specifically the last part where I explored the most popular queue levels. Let's try doing this the more safe way. That is, running as quickly as possible and avoiding triggering all those enemies. There we go. This is definitely not the best place for the oil slider, but hey, it works a little bit. Well, we're out of that place. I presume this is the last part of the stage, or last segment of the stage, and this seems to be filled with a lot of killer bullets. Also, sorry for the jump cut over there. I need to take care of some things. I'm not taking any chances here, I'm damage boosting. Okay, petite snakies and a lot of force beams. I'm waiting for them to fire so I can do top spin jumping. I do not trust the spike hitboxes here. Not at all. Oh neat, a farming segment with all these poles. Oh, uh-oh. Red force beams. Let me get back over here and prepare for this. Let's do this. There we go, that's how you're supposed to do it. That's not too bad. Okay, I need to do top spin here. Well, those are green force beams, so they aren't as bad. That's damage boosting here. I'm not taking any chances. Come on, you can shoot. I should have jumped over there, then I would have been able to make it. Well, I slid over there, so let's wait for these fire bars to dissipate and make our way forward. Okay, yellow force beams. I do not trust these hitboxes whatsoever, so I'll just use charge kicking. Make sure not to use your charge kick air jump over there, or mid-air slide, because it will not regenerate or restore itself when you get back onto the spring. There are several ways of doing this. One of which is to damage boost off the tellies, if I do it properly. There we go. Hopefully I don't accidentally jump into the spikes over here. I'm really hoping this is the end of this entire ordeal. My goodness, my heart skipped a beat over there. Is this the end? Not yet. Sure, the stage was fun at first, but as I stated, the previous segment at one screen killed my fun, and not to mention some other issues. In terms of design, this will probably become in the average to above average category, but in terms of fun, well, I already stated my grievances with this stage. At last, time to fight Stone Man in this arena. What's your weakness? Nothing. As long as he doesn't use the Power Stone. Well, that was the end of the Island of the Stone Monsters, a more challenging special weapons oriented stage. It's a challenge level / special weapons oriented stage, but as I stated, this one screen killed my fun of this stage, and it feels really out of place because it's super more challenging compared to the rest of the level. But the rest of the stage felt fun. Sure, it did become a bit more on the annoying side near the end, but that's because I don't really like the more challenging challenge levels, specifically precision challenge levels. I definitely like your previous level more than this one. At the very least, I do like its... Alright, fifth and final level of this part is Top Runner Train Version by Panta35. 7 plays and a score of 2. Let's hope it's not as difficult as the previous level. It's definitely on the shorter side though. It's a ring boomerang and charge kick special weapons stage. Judging by the name, I thought it was going to be a Top Man stage. So I guess we're going to have a bunch of environments and situations where the ring boomerang shines. And from the looks of it, that's what's happening. I wish the background was scrolling a bit, but once again, this is in the background for that. This is definitely paling in comparison to the previous stage in terms of aesthetics, because that stage had a pretty nicely designed ship and then a monster island, or rather an island filled with all those stone monster faces. This one is just a bland train that doesn't vary itself at all. I would have liked to see some inner decor and furniture for this train, but unfortunately that's not present in Mega Man Maker. Time to fight all these Power Mastlers, who I just make minced meat out of. Oh, by the way, it's possible to get soft locked over here. If you run out of charge kick energy, you're stuck. There's no way to regenerate it here. So developer, I think you should move one large weapon energy into the checkpoint area. Time to fight Top Man. And I guess this is a segment where you really need to use the charge kick. After all, it makes you immune to all the projectiles. Just need to make sure not to air jump. So far, so good. And there's frequent weapon drops in case you run out of charge kick energy, somehow. Oh good, a teleporter. Oh, that previous segment was basically going through the first segment of the train in reverse, but replaced with all of the conveyor belts. I don't know how I got that in my first attempt. Oh no, Sparkman platforms. Phew, I got it in my first attempt somehow. Now, Shadowman platforms. Are we going to be having every different variety of platforms here? Come back over here, please. I know you can get back over here. Alright, time to travel further to the right, I think. Now we have the Cossack platforms. Now... oh. I see. Come on, please jump it down over here. He keeps stopping just below it. There we go. Just need to make my way across, and I double killed him. Oops. Well, I'll take that as a win. At the very least, it was a fun stage, although the last segment was a little bit more on the confusing side. But once you realize the gyro platforms can crush enemies and bosses and one-shot them, it's fine. I didn't realize it in time, so I kept getting damaged, and he ended up killing me just as I killed him. So it doesn't count as a stage completion, so I'll just do it off screen. But I will give it a thumbs up. That last segment got a bit hairy with all the platforms, so this is more of a fortress level in that regard too. Because it's expected you understand those platform types. And I certainly like this more than the previous segment, although I would like to see the Ring Boomerang segment developed further, because it was relatively plain in comparison to the second half or second 2/3 of the stage focusing on the charge kick. So I won't give it a thumbs up in that regard. It needs some more work and focus, specifically in the Ring Boomerang part. It started out well, but it really needed another segment specifically dedicated to the Ring Boomerang. Not to mention the Ring Boomerang wasn't needed at all to defeat Top Man. Maybe put in some blocks that are destroyable with the Ring Boomerang only. So in summary, my favorite level of this part would probably be Pharaoh's Mathmaze. I really like the idea of Pharaoh's Mathmaze, specifically adding mathematical operators in comparison to the math puzzles of Pattern Panic of Derelict All-Star in the previous stage. Though I would like to see them develop further, maybe add the division and subtraction modifiers, or rather operators. I just would have liked to see it taken further for a fuller stage, and it didn't really feel like a maze at all. It just felt like a question and answer, because if you picked the wrong answer, you were basically toast and forced to restart at the last checkpoint. So in the next part, I'll probably be covering a few more Veersamid levels combined with some other levels. Well then, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!